with another sports rant. I'm your host, Max Gallegos, and yesterday we just wrapped up the first four with the Xavier Texas game and the American Mount St. Mary's game. So pretty exciting stuff. Really good games. These first four games entertaining. Really fun games to watch. I want to touch on the first game of the day was Mount St. Mary's American star Matt Rogers went out with a knee injury pretty early in the game. They were trading threes. It was really exciting. The winner of this gets to play Duke. So we'll see what happens there if they don't have Cooper Flag. I don't think Duke will lose to. It's going to be St. Mary's. They won 83-72. Mount. They're called the Mount. I'd rather call them that because St. Mary. There's another school called St. Mary's. But anyway, yeah, that was a really exciting, really fun game to watch. I just like these 16 seeds watching them play. It's very obvious that they're not as talented as, but they play a very high quality level of basketball where it's just like finding a really good shot because they're not very skilled, and like that's fine. But watching them play each other, and they're all very skilled, and they're all like they're not very talented. They're not very physically gifted. So they're very like these teams. They pass the ball really well. Their fundamentals are really solid. That's why they're in the tournament. They're not a high seed because they don't have that over the top talent. The like the physical, like the not the physical, the athletic prowess, but they're really really well coached. They move the ball well. I really like this St. Mary's team. They won the game in the post. Really impressive. But yeah, I want to move on though really quick to the other more exciting game, the 11 seed Xavier versus Texas. This one was really fun. Um, this this Xavier Texas game, 86-80 to Xavier, um, which did not look like Xavier did not look like they had this game really in control at all during the beginning of the game. Texas looked very comfortable. They had like these two really good leads. They kind of got into Xavier's game a little bit um, because Xavier's top player Zach Freemantle, he started off the game with two fouls really early. They sat him. He just felt really out of rhythm in the first half. Texas got out to a really good lead, where it felt like they were really in the driver's seat of the game. But Xavier just kind of kept hanging around. They go on a run, and Texas would go on a run. It was like almost like a boxing match where it's like they trade blows, they go back, trade blows, trade run after run. They like Xavier would come up in like maybe 3-point runs. They'd come up to the point where they were like within three of Texas. They were really close, and it was impressive. Marcus Foster had 22, 8, and 2 for Xavier. Played really well for the Musketeers. This is what March is all about. Just really fun basketball. And Texas is a good team. I think if I'm Illinois and I'm watching this game and I'm like game planning, I am kind of breathing a sigh of relief because I don't have to play Trey Johnson. He's a draft pick, man. He was a stud. He had 23. He led all scorers in this game, um, and just played his ass off. Like he was all over the floor. Like anytime he touched the ball, I was like, "Whew, there it goes." Like this game really just came down to who had the ball last, and it was like who was going on that specific hot run. I think Xavier is going to be dangerous to Illinois. I would watch that upset for sure. I think Illinois is a little overrated, um, but it was a fun game, really fun game to watch. I watched like I said, I watched every minute, but it was really weird. I want to say this about Xavier is like in that first half, they have Zach Freemantle. He's coming in like these really high picks. He's shooting a lot of threes. He only made like 1 3 in the game. I'm not mistaken. He was kind of they were using he kind of reminds me of like Sengun of the Rockets or like Jokic on like on like a diluted level for sure. But his uh just tonight he just kind of felt a little off and a little shaky, especially in that first half. Where he was just taking bad, like yeah, he's like 20% from 3 point from threes tonight, and I think a lot of his he scored like maybe 2 or 3 points. He didn't have a really good first half, and I feel like that was probably just nerves. But then again, it was like the way that the like Xavier was like trying to like get him buckets. It was like he was coming up on the high screen in the pick and roll. I was like, just post up. Like he was obviously has that the when you see him down low, he obviously has those skills to where he had a really good nice touch around the rim. And they just weren't like whenever they would get into it, he would get a bucket. But whenever he was coming up in these high post, these high screen scenarios, they just weren't getting great shots. And I really hope they, when they are playing Illinois, that I'll watch that game for sure because that's I want to see that more him just post up either high or low, and just come in and just and like because he has a really good touch. Like I said, he looks like Sengun. Um, he's just they played their ass off tonight, and they just picked away at Texas. Eventually, just broke through that lead. Like, and it was like really, it's good basketball, and it's March, and I'm excited. I've got a preview for some of these games coming up. So today, if you're watching this, I'm recording this at like midnight. So today we have couple more. Like we have a so we are done with the round of the first four, and we have a games happening today. Uh, we have Louisville. First things first, we have Louisville Creighton, the 8-9. I really like Louis. Like I like Louisville. I took them a lot in my brackets. I don't know a whole lot about either of them. I just want to go Louisville because I don't know how. Like Creighton has lost some weird games in conference, yes, but I feel like I could trust Louisville more. High Point Purdue. I just got to go Purdue. Braden Smith is just gonna like. Whenever you have a good guard, it's really hard to beat good guards. And I think they're more valuable than like good bigs. Like an elite big is awesome, but a good guard and like like and a not so if you have an elite guard and rather than I would rather have a good guard than a good big, if you get what I'm saying. So a good guard, you get people like who can shoot. Braden Smith is really good, really good distributor. Probably the best distributor in the country. Don't tell Donovan Dent I said that. He's probably he's one of the better guards. And whenever you have somebody like that, they can really just officiate the offense on their own. They are the offense of themselves, and it makes it really tough on a defense. Um, and I think High Point's going to really struggle with that. Wisconsin and Montana. This game, I really just I got to go Wisconsin. I know I'm taking I'm taking chalk right now, but Wisconsin, it's just like they're. I mean, Montana could upset. I'm not. But they like then again, it's like I'm not really familiar with it. Like that's the beautiful thing of March is we get to see teams that you wouldn't normally see that are on national television playing Wisconsin. But yeah, there's a bunch of Alabama, Auburn. I think Alabama State, Auburn. Excuse me. Um, another game I'm probably gonna highlight and watch for sure is McNeese versus Clemson. I like Clemson in this one immensely. I know McNeese State is a really good. They're the Aura team. They have the cool manager. But Clemson, I feel like Clemson is a dark horse for a Final Four. They were last year. They made it to the Elite Eight. They were really good, um, and I think they just that experience and that knowledge of like being able to play in March. I think they beat up on UNC on McNeese State. I don't know why I said UNC. Um, and then like another game like that is like Georgia Gonzaga. But one of my like I'll just take Gonzaga just because of their their playoff experience, their March experience. Um, Another game happening tomorrow is VCU BYU. I really like VCU. VCU played New Mexico, and I got to watch them. They are pretty damn good. Uh, I think BYU is a little bit overrated. I think they played really good in conference, and I think that boosted them in the committee's mind. And I think VCU has a chance to just be different and just kind of pick them apart. But we'll see. VCU was one of those teams that they have made the Final Four before. They're insane. They've had some very rich history, but another big game to look out for is Arkansas Kansas. This one's kind of exciting. Coach Callie um, versus Kansas, who's just looked really bad recently. Like this entire season, they came into the they came in ranked number one preseason poll, preseason AP poll, ranked number one. Really, number one, Kansas, and like this is the final result. I think they do win. I think it's just because they've been seen as so bad, so bad. Like, oh my gosh, come on, it's Kansas. Like they're so bad right now. I think they do win. I don't think they win like much past there because they would have to run into St. John's. I think in St. John's or Missouri, and I just don't see that happening. St. John's is probably my pick. I'm going all over the place. Sorry. I think Kansas is going to make it the round 32. They're probably going to fall out of that. But moving on, Omaha St. John's. This is another game I'm going to circle highlight. Watch out for. I really like St. John's. They are my pick to win the Natty, just because Rick Pitino's experience. Like I said, I'm really a big on this experience, this understanding what to do in March. I really like Rick Pitino. His he's proven, and he's proven that he's done this before. He's did it in Kentucky, Louisville, um, even in the pros with the Knicks and the Celtics. Like he is a really good coach, and he can win you net and he can win you championships. He's a winner. He's a proven winner. He's my pick for the Natty. And yeah, that'll probably be the video, guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful March Madness. I'm going to be watching as much as I possibly can. I'm going to try and get every single game, just get something on every single game today rather. I'll see you guys later. Love you. Bye.